Hi guys, today I want to cover the topics related to the cloud services with respect to Azure. So, what exactly the infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. And everybody has a question. So, is Azure provides Azure supports all these type of services? Right. So yes, with respect to that question, yes, Azure supports all these type of cloud services over the internet. So before covering the infrastructure as a service in detail, high level overview of that different services, I want to cover the cloud computing related stuff. What exactly the cloud computing, right? So nowadays, all the organization can access their resources over the internet, right? Like networking, servers, database, and storage. So everybody is trying to access over the internet. So making the whole process faster and more efficient and cost effective and flexible, we are going to use the cloud computing. So that makes easier for organization to store data and access and manage the data in an efficient manner. Okay, with respect to Azure, Azure also is providing supporting all these type of services. Okay, so before that, I want to cover what exactly IaaS and what are the features is Azure providing with respect to software as a service, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service. Okay, so let's come to IaaS. Okay, infrastructure as a service. So when it comes to infrastructure as a service, so basically it's a providing infrastructure over the internet. Basically, Microsoft Azure is providing the instant computing infrastructure, so that can be provisioned and managed over the internet. And there are a lot of services comes into this part of infrastructure as a service category. If you see networks and storage and virtual machines, all these are comes into the infrastructure as a service category. So basically, when we want to build an application, it the definitely infrastructure is required. Okay, with operating system and middleware and software, all these components are required. Even virtual machine, right? So basically, IaaS can provide the infrastructure. We have to focus on operating system and we have to focus on the middleware. We need to take care about these things. Azure can take care about the stuff which is related to the infrastructure. When it comes to platform as a service, Azure provides middleware as well. Not only the middleware, the software which are required to run. Like we need runtime environment to run the application. Okay, for example, we are using the C sharp, we are writing a C sharp code. It requires a runtime environment to run that. Okay, basically with platform as a service, Azure is going to provide that facility to us. When it comes to software as a service, so basically just we need to access the software over the internet within the web browser. So it's not required to develop that application. Directly we can make use of that software from the web browser. So if you guys know about this thing, right, generally day to day we are using the Office 365 tools, right? Directly we are accessing from the internet. It's not required to download anything. From directly in the web browser, we are going to see our mails. We are going to make use of that features. It comes under the software as a service. So to dig into more detail, like what exactly we are going to monitor and what exactly is Azure going to is taken care with respect to all these services. I think this will definitely help you uh, the diagram, right? What is our responsibility and what is Azure is going to responsible for this, right? If you see this diagram, right, generally within our on-prem scenario, everything we have to monitor, everything we have to manage, like applications, data, runtime, middleware, operating system, server, storage, and network. everything we have to monitor. With respect to infrastructure as a service, if you want to provision, if you want to or take use of infrastructure as a service of Azure, so when we make use of that, we have to manage only the application, data, and runtime and middleware and OS. All other stuff with respect to the infrastructure stuff, which is related to server, storage, and networking, everything is taken care by Azure. And even it is very easy to scale up and scale down. Within few of seconds, we can easily scale up to higher level of configuration, and we can scale down to the lower level of configuration. So based on our use, we can make it happen, and it's very easy, and we can access from the internet, and we can manage that over the internet. So under Azure, within Azure, there is an infrastructure category, like we have networks, virtual machines, and storage. This can come under this category. When it comes to the platform as a service, so we have to worry about only the applications and data. Everything is taken care by Azure, like the runtime, middleware, operating system, everything is taken care by Azure itself. Just we have to focus on the writing of the code. Even it support multiple languages, not only the C sharp. It support Python environment, it support C sharp environment, it support Node.js. All these platforms also providing by Azure, so we can make use of that. So within platform as a service, we have Azure search services, and we have functions. Directly we can make use of that. We can write a code and we can execute it. It's not required to bother about runtime, middleware. Everything is taken care about Azure. When it comes to software as a service, as I mentioned, we don't need want to worry about all those things. The software, directly we can make use of those things over the internet with the uh, web browser. Right, within the web browser we can make use of Office 365 tools. Directly we can access our emails and everything. And there is there are a lot of other stuff, right? The software as a service, we can make use of outbox and everything. Like, it's not required to maintain anything. So this is all about this is what all about with respect to infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. Yeah, thank you guys. So in the next video, I'm going to explain in detail about each of the service with respect to IaaS and PaaS and soft SaaS. So, but mainly we can focus in the next videos with respect to IaaS only. That is, I'm going to cover virtual machine, how we are going to procure the virtual machine, and how we can make use of those things. That can be covered in the next videos. Thank you guys.